You know, I've had this in my heart for a while, and I think it's something that's plaguing men today. It's almost like modern day feminism, and it's self-improvement videos. And I'm one of the biggest proponents of it. But it's ruining your life, bro. And you wanna know how I know it's ruining your life? You're still a loser. If you look at your life today, and you compare it to the guys that you're viewing and honoring and idolizing, etc., you're probably nowhere near close. You've probably never even made any improvement or actual achievement in your life. And that sounds harsh, but you know, I'm your older brother. I should be harsh. I should be straightforward with you. Because if I'm not harsh, somebody else is gonna keep fluffing you and sugarcoating it to you, so you keep believing the bull crap, and what ends up happening, you end up in the vicious cycle. You know, I had a live stream with my pro members. I suggested become a pro member, and it's a private live stream, and we really talked about this for about an hour, where if you feel the content's repetitive, and you're the type of guy that comes back and you know, puts comments on that and hates on that, you're probably the guy I'm talking to. You should still not be here anymore. You should view our content like a university, like college. Imagine you're still the loser in senior year. Imagine you go to college, right? 4-year degree, but it took you 8 years. It took you 10 years. Makes no sense. Like, if you look at my content, right? And I've always talked about this. My content is really a documentation of myself. For everything. Everything that I've talked about, men's self-improvement, whether it's money, fitness, women, style, grooming, charisma, all of it has been lived through myself. It's not stuff that I just Google and, okay, do this. No, it's stuff that I've actually implemented in myself. And you can see it in my content. You can go back to the very first video, and if you really wanted to, watch every single video and look at all those areas improve. You'll see the really scrawny kid to the guy that I am now. And I mean, go look at, I'm weighing 205 now, right? This is my physique, this is when I started. Right? You'll see the kid that was broke to the guy that I am now, right? You'll see the office, you'll see the cars, like none of this is made up, right? You see all of it from 0 to 1. You see the entire change, and then I document it, right? I'll give you 5 tips to become a millionaire, or 5 tips to grow on muscle, and I'll give you the best tips out of that. But if you just watch those, and you're not actually putting them into practice, of course it's gonna get repetitive to you. There's no action behind it. You should go through the struggle. And what you'll realize is that the struggle is repetitive itself. So if your complaint is, oh, the content's getting repetitive, this is boring. It's probably because you're not putting it into action and you yourself are a loser. The work itself is repetitive. Ask anyone that's successful in anything. For example, business, bro. I've been doing business for 10, 12 years now. It's repetitive. It's doing the boring stuff no one else wants to do for a very long time. Right? The same thing with fitness. You go to the gym, you eat right, you lift weights, the muscle grows, you eat more. Like, it's the repetitive stuff that makes you win. But the point of men's self-improvement content is just that. It's for you to actually improve, right? The best thing for me and why it's so motivational for me to continue to do so is, one, I will continue to document my entire process until I get to my end goal. Shoot, I have videos. Let me show them to you. You think I'm lying? No one, not my wife, not my brother, not my own parents, no one in the world has seen the videos that are in this 1 terabyte SSD drive. I probably have 100 hours of video here, building $1 billion company. You haven't even seen it yet. Right? And I will continue to document that. This is like high-level self-improvement. That when the time comes, when I am successful there, you will see all of that. It might take me 20 years. It might take me 40 years. God knows how many failures I have left in the tank. But the whole point of self-improvement is to actually improve. It's not for you to just watch my stuff on repeat. It's not for you to watch the newest guy's stuff on repeat or every guy's stuff on repeat. It's for you to watch, all right, that sounds good, maybe a little bit of motivation, and then you keep working. Because if we work alongside of each other, it's like you have somebody, you have an older brother, you have a mentor. What I can tell you for myself, I never had a mentor, right? I never had an older brother. Oh, I did have an older brother, but what I'm saying is, in the self-improvement journey, I never had anybody or a father that I could, all right, we're doing this again. No, it was all on my own. You had to carve your own path. Well, myself or other self-improvement channels, you should see them as an older brother, right? Or a father or an uncle or, again, a mentor. And I'm not telling you to go buy a mentor. These people are free. I'm free online. And when you see the content, it's for you to remind yourself, all right, shoot, I have to go to the gym today. Let me try those 5 steps in the gym. Shoot, I got to work on the business today, right? Let's put these 5 tips into practice. We'll journal today. We'll do this, and that. All right, let's execute some work. Every time you see a piece of content, it should be immediately followed by action. If all you're doing is watching and saying, that was cool, like, maybe, or really, again, same old content. If that's all you're doing, that's the problem. And you know why that becomes a problem? I would almost say that, I called it feminism in the beginning of the video, I was wrong. Men's self-improvement content is like porn. It's like pornography. And the worst part, it's probably worse than porn, to be honest. Because at least when you watch porn, you know you're doing something wrong for a quick fix, right? But every time you watch self-improvement content, you think you're doing the right thing, right? You think, oh man, I'm better than that guy, because that guy's wasting his time watching stupid videos, goofy videos. I'm here trying to make money, right? I'm here trying to build a body. I'm here trying to learn how to pick up girls. So you think you're doing the right thing, but in reality, it's just a dopamine fix, right? It's just a fix to make you feel good, a quick little superiority fix, but really none of it's going into action. So if I would say it's probably worse than pornography, where it's equally addicting. It gives you that dopamine hit that you think you're doing something right. And the worst part is you believe you're doing something right. And it'll keep you stuck in a vicious loop, because that's the bare minimum. You do the work, which is just watching a 5-10 minute video, 7 tips to do this. You put the work, you watch the video, you got the dopamine hit, then you go back to bed and go on TikTok. Later that night, you watch some pornography. Nobody's gonna know. You still don't work on the business. You still don't go try and pick up girls, right? You still don't go to the gym. And the problem is that self-improvement content should never be feel good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Every step of the way, as I was creating my own life self-improvement content, my own life self-improvement journey, it was never during a moment of feeling good. It was always a moment of insecurity, always a moment of being down or defeated or having lost something, right? And you take that energy, and instead of taking the L or just sitting there doing nothing, you realize, shoot, I should do something about it, right? You get made fun of I remember I used to get made fun of so much for having a big head, right? That was one of my, that's probably one of my first instances. I was a tall guy, lanky, I had a big ass head. So in my mind, it was like, all right, why don't I just balance out my body frame? I was probably 6th, 7th grade, I was already working out. Because in my mind, all right, if I work out, I put on mass, my body will balance out. Lo and behold, it works, right? And since then, I've probably been working out for 15 plus years. And I've never stopped. And then you pick up the discipline and the consistency, and then you start liking how you look, and you realize the confidence it builds up on you. So all of this piles up. You could do that with everything. I remember the first time I made money. Why was it? It was a moment of insecurity. I couldn't even pay for a date. I couldn't buy a gift. I couldn't do anything that I wanted. I couldn't do because I had to look at my credit card. I used to play, I remember, I called it credit card Russian roulette. My credit cards were so maxed. I was 17 at the time. That was my first business that failed. They were so maxed. I used to call it credit card Russian roulette. When you would go to the store, you knew you had no limit, right? But you needed to buy something. And you would swipe the card and just pray to God that thing would go through. And when it didn't, it was the most embarrassing thing. You'd be like, oh man, I forgot my card. And then you would run to the car, and then you knew you had nothing. I would do that for like $5 of gas. And all because I was too proud to ask money from my parents. So then it was like, all right, I have to stay home. Hopefully my next paycheck clears that I can pay some of this debt down. So then what did I do? I'm like, I'm not living this way, bro. I'm not living poor. My brother would tell you, because my brother has always been my partner. I would send him Excel sheets. I'm like, yo, this is the new game plan. I've been having new game plans for the last 12 years of building businesses. Because I had that insecurity. I did not want to stay poor. I hated it. I hated it. Shoot, I remember when I was young, our light would get cut multiple times. Sometimes the water bill would get cut because my parents couldn't pay the water bill. Right? Like, I remember all of those memories. And in my mind, it was, in that moment of insecurity, one, my parents, I never want to see them work again. I want to make sure they're good. And two, I want to make sure my entire family, it's not just me. See, like, I don't know why, maybe it's the Latino heritage, but in my head, I'm not just going to look out for myself, I'm going to look out for everyone. And again, when you put that type of burden or responsibility on your shoulders, you'd be amazed at what you can actually accomplish. You'll do more. The human mind and body is impressive. It's part of our evolutionary biology. When you're put in a certain environment, you got two options. You die or you evolve. That's what self-improvement content should be to you. When you watch self-improvement content, make it like a mirror. Put yourself as under reflection. Are you where you're at, or are you where you want to be at in life? And whatever you're watching, fitness, money, whatever it is that you're pursuing, academia, productivity, self-development, right, whatever. If the answer is no, that's when you know. That's when you know you're probably in a vicious cycle, and especially if you know you've been watching this for over a year. If you've been watching this stuff for over a year, over 2-3 years, and you see no improvement whatsoever, you're at a crossroads right now. And you want to know what the crazy part is? I've even tried higher level content. See, because as my life evolves and I grow and I scale, for example, I told you about this, right? The type of content you'll see here, you probably have never seen on YouTube, ever, right? I've never published it. I've never seen anybody else ever publish it. It's super personal, super transparent. You'll see everything, but it's high level content too. And I have tried bits of higher level content, but I've truly noticed that it's irrelevant. The views are significantly low. You can see it in the comments. It's like people comment surface level stuff. I even tried it with my pro members. The idea with the pro members was that I believed, with pro members, they would want to see higher level stuff. But when you start talking about higher level stuff, it's like it doesn't click. And that's what made me realize that, self-improvement content is not working. It's literally just a feel-good mechanism that people are using to escape their problems and their realities, and then they believe that they're doing something good by just watching it. That's the issue. All right, so how do we fix the mess? You realize you're stuck in a vicious viral loop. More and more content's being pumped out. You're watching more and more of it, which makes you feel good. It might get to a point that it feels boring or repetitive. So you have, one or two aspects. You either get mad at the content and say the content's useless, it's boring or repetitive, or you just keep watching it to make yourself feel good. Either route, that you missed the complete point of the content. You forgot to go straight. So how do you fix the mess? One, action. Everything in life is about action. I'm gonna be honest, you as a man should not even need self-improvement content. You should be viciously looking for solutions. Right now, I am viciously looking for solutions for my business. I'm not even talking about essential. They're fine, they're scaling. Matter of fact, got massive launches going on for the rest of it. But the $1 billion business that I'm building, that's a new beast, right? Those are new problems, struggles that I've never encountered. I've had to network with men that I thought I would never network with, from the best schools in the world, from the best businesses in the world. I'm talking Fortune 500 companies. I've had to learn new skills I never knew I even had inside of me. As a man, when there is a problem in front of you, you should viciously try to pursue a solution. Action. All right? So let's simplify it down. Your problem could be dating girls. All right? Your problem could be just talking. Maybe you're just socially awkward. You can't even make friends. Your problem could be you can't stop watching porn. Your problem could be you're skinny, you feel weak, you're frail, or you're fat. I don't care what your problem is. All of it has a solution. Start with action. Whatever video you watch from my channel or from any other dude's self-improvement content, you watch it and it's immediate action. But this takes me to my second point, consistency. Look, you can watch all our content all day long. I could care less. But when you watch it, stay consistent with it. What it means is, let's say it's not me, let's say it's whoever, let's say it's Andrew Tate, right? Andrew Tate tells you to train all the time. And let's say you're a fighter, or let's say you weight train. Don't just watch the content. and train once a month. When you watch it again tomorrow, that should be your reminder. All right, let's go train again. It's side by side. It's not that the content is repetitive. It's that the work that you're going to put in your life to pursue whatever you want will be repetitive. I'm telling you right now, a lot of people think that when you're a millionaire, I've been a millionaire for a very long time. It doesn't just mean, oh, it's good, it's all good, you're going to be traveling all the time. No, bro. The work is repetitive. And some of the richest men in the world, and I'm talking from finance, from banking, from your traditional stuff, they do the same stuff over and over and over for a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. That's what gives them the competitive advantage. They're willing to do the hard, boring work no one else wants to do. Everyone else will gas out, burn out, etc. So when you watch my stuff, right, and you're trying to look better, you're trying to get a girl, and I'm telling you, yo, go out and talk to a girl. Yo, fix your grooming. Yo, fix your style. That doesn't mean you do that once. Check. No. The next time you watch it, reminder, go back and do it. Consistency. And that consistency, you need to work on that yourself in here. But as you do work on it yourself, yo, use our videos for that. Every time you see a video, it's like a reminder. All right, older brother told me to do it. Let's go do it. Let's go put in the work. Consistency. The third thing I want you to do is I want you to journal. And when I want you to journal every single day. Because I think one of the issues is, as you're doing the hard work and the work that's boring that no one else wants to do, right? You're going to feel good for the first month, 2 months, half a year, maybe 2 years. And then you'll hit a roadblock. And I'm speaking from experience here. Because you'll think it gets boring, right? Again, no one's infallible, bro. Like everything I'm telling you, I've felt. I've gone through mentally, emotionally. This is where journaling is important. Because you'll grab one of those journals and you'll go back to when you started. And you'll start flipping the pages. And you'll be like, damn. And you start seeing that progress. Because when it's day by day, week by week, month by month, you don't see it. Lines start to blur. You don't see the changes almost. You get so caught up in the grind. But when you take a bird's eye view from where you started to where you are, that's the motivation you'll need on that one day, 3 years in the future that you're thinking about giving up, but you need to keep going. Because anything that you want in life that's valuable, and when I say valuable, it's everybody else wants it, right? Like, you want to be a millionaire? Everybody in the world wants to be a millionaire. And newsflash, not all of you will be a millionaire. Literally less than 1% of you watching this video will ever get to $1 million net worth. The whole BS that you see other people telling you, oh, you could all be, they're lying to you. It's statistically impossible. Well, less than 1% of you watching this will become millionaires. It's a decades-long game, all right? Yes, you might get lucky, like winning the lottery, or you freaking become Charlie D'Amelio. But the real game is a decades-long. Right? So 3 years down the road, when you get bored or you think, man, this is not working, and then you see where you started making $20,000 flipping burgers, and now you're making 65, 70, or maybe you're at 6 figures already, 3 years down the road, and you see that progress, you see all the struggle, all the hard work that discipline and consistency got you through, that'll be the motivation you need. And I'm telling you, because I'm telling you from personal experience. Bro, self-improvement content is a great thing. It's an amazing thing. I'll keep pumping it out. Shoot, I'm producing stuff that you haven't even seen yet to continue to motivate and push. I do not want you to fall into a vicious cycle where you just watch it without any action. You will lose because you'll think you're winning without making any progress.